Hello everyone and welcome to the exam lab. Today the topic is soils of India and we will be learning this concept through MCQs, and this is very important for all competitive examinations whether it is NABARD, AFO, ICAR. So please stay till with me the end. First question: which soil group occupies the largest geographical area in India? The options are A. Black soil, B. Red soil, C. Alluvial soil, laterite soil, and E. Desert soil. The correct answer here is alluvial soil. Alluvial soil occupies the largest geographical area in India and it almost covers 50% of land area. Next question. Which of the following soils is commonly referred to as riverine soil in India? The options are black soil, alluvial soil, red soil, laterite soil, desert soil. The correct answer here is alluvial soils are called as riverine soils in India because they are formed by the deposits brought down by the floods and rivers. Next question. Alluvial soils of India are predominantly derived from which of the following soil orders? The options are option A, vertisols and oxysols, option B, inceptisols and entisols, and option C, alphisols and ultisols, option D, aradisols and mollisols, option E, spodosols and histosols. The correct answer is option B, entisols and inceptisols. So the alluvial soils are very young and immature soils mainly formed by the river deposits, and the entisols and inceptisols are slightly developed and but they are immature soil, hence they are derived from the entisols and inceptisols. Next question. The term Kadar in the Indo-Gangetic Plains refers to. The options are A. Old alluvium found on the elevated terraces. Option B. Newly deposited alluvium in frequently flooded areas. Option C. Pebbly soil zone along the Shivalik foothills. Option D. Calcareous soil rich in lime nodules. Option E. Waterlogged marshy tracts south of Aravallis. The correct answer is option B. Newly deposited alluvium in the frequently flooded areas is called as Kadar. See, the Kadar is the newly formed alluvium which is deposited due to various floods and fast moving streams, and it is usually low lying and it is prone to different floods, which is more fertile than Bangar, which is slightly situated above the Kadar, and this is usually very fertile when compared to different forms of alluvium. Which of the following soils is most suitable for deep-rooted crops due to its annual renewal? The options are A. Bangar, option B. Tarai, option C. Babar, option D. Kadar, option E. Desert soil. The correct answer here is Kadar. See, the Kadar is annually renewed by floods and making it more fertile and suitable for the intensive agriculture. Next question. In the Indo-Gangetic Plains, which type of alluvial soil is typically found on the elevated terraces above 30 meters from the flood level and contain lime nodules, that is kankar, in its subsoil? The options are A. Kadar, Babar, option C. Tarai, option D. Bangar, and option E. Deltaic alluvium. The correct answer is option D. Bangar. See, the Bangar represents the older alluvium, whereas the Kadar represents the newly formed alluvium, which is situated nearly to the flood-prone regions, whereas Bangar present on the above levels of Kadar and also which contains minerals such as calcium carbonate nodules, which is also called as Kankar in its subsoil. And next question. The narrow belt of coarse pebbles and gravels found along the Shivalik foothills where rivers disappear into porous deposits is known as. The options are A. Kadar, B. Tarai, C. Bangar, and D. Babar, and E. Deltaic alluvium. The correct answer here is D. Babar. Next question. The marshy and waterlogged belt located immediately south of the Babar zone along the Himalayan foothills is known as. The options are A. Kadar, option B. Bangar, option C. Tarai, option D. Regar, and option E. Delta Kaluyam. The correct answer here is Tara is the correct answer. See, the Tara is a marshy and waterlogged belt which is located south of the Babar zone along the Himalayan foothills. And due to the swampy nature of this region, the most suitable crops here are rice and sugarcane. Next question. Black soils of India, commonly known as regular soils, primarily belong to which soil order? The correct answer here is the black soils of India, commonly known as regular soil, primarily belong to vertisols soil order. And here are some of the images of black soil. See, the black soils are placed under the vertisol soil order due to the presence of smectic clay content, and also it has strong swelling and shrinking capabilities and properties, and due to it we can see lot of cracks in black soils, and it is mainly located in the Deccan Plateau regions of India. Next question. Which of the following soils are the second most predominant soils after alluvium soils? The options are black soils, desert soils, lateritic soils, sandy soils, and red soils. The correct answer here is black soils are the second most predominant soils after alluvium soils. The black soils cover 5.46 lakh square kilometers, which is 16.6 percentage of the country's geographical area, whereas alluvium soils cover 45.6 percentage of land area. Next question. Which of the following soils are derived from the basalt parent material? The options are alluvial soil, laterite soil, sandy soils, red soil, and option E, black soil. The correct answer is black soil. The black soils are derived from the basalt parent material. Next question. Which combination of states shows the highest predominance of black soils in India? So here there are different combination of states, and we have to identify the highest predominance of black soils in India. States with highest predominance of black soils in India. The correct answer here is Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat have highest predominance of black soils in India. See, the black soils are extensively distributed across the regions such as Maharashtra, and with the largest share of black soils, and along with Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat and parts of Telangana and Karnataka due to the Deccan Trap basalt weathering. Next question. The characteristic string swell behavior observed in black cotton soils is primarily attributed to the dominance of which clay mineral? The options are A. Kaolinite, option B. Elite, and option D. Montmorillonite, option D. Chlorite, and option E. Vermiculite. See, the answer here is option C, Montmorillonite. And Montmorillonite is a clay mineral which is responsible for the shrink swell behavior observed in black cotton soils. Next question. The formation of deep cracks during summer in black soils is primarily due to, and the options are, and due to the presence of high carbon content, and option B, excess lime accumulation, and option C, dominance in monomonate clay, and option E, high sand fraction, and option E, lateralization process. The correct answer here is due to the dominance of montmorillonite clay, and montmorillonite clay have the feature of string and swelling property. So due to that, we can see deep cracks in summer in black soils. Next question. The characteristic black color of black cotton soil is primarily attributed to the presence of A. Hematite, B. Limonite, and C. Titaniferous magnetite. Option D. Organic humus, and option E. Gypsum. And due to the presence of titaniferous magnetite, we can observe black color of black cotton soils. Next question. Black soils generally exhibit which type of soil reaction? Black soils generally exhibit which type of soil reaction? The options are strongly acidic, moderately acidic. Option C, neutral to slightly acid, slightly alkaline. Option D, strongly alkaline. And option E, highly saline. The correct answer here is neutral to slightly alkaline. See, the black soils usually have the pH range between 7 to 8.5 due to the presence of calcium carbonate. Next question. Which nutrient is generally deficit in black soils? Which nutrient is generally deficit in black soil? And the correct answer here is nitrogen is generally deficit in black soils. See, the black soils are generally poor in nitrogen and organic matter due to the rich in calcium and magnesium. Next question. Black soils are best suited for which of the following crops? The options are A, tea, option B, cotton, option C, rubber, option D, pineapple, and option D, cardamom. The correct answer here is cotton. And due to the high presence of high water holding capacity of black soils, the cotton is best suited for black soils. Next question. Red soils of India are predominantly classified under which soil order? Options are vertisols, alphisols, redisols, entisols, and histosols. The correct answer here is alphisols. The main characteristic feature of alphisols is that they have the subsurface clay accumulation and also moderate fertility. That's why the red soils are included in alphisols, which is rich in aluminium and iron minerals. Next question. Red soils are also referred to as early soils because reasons are option A, they develop early geologically, option B, they mature rapidly, and option C, they allow early sowing under light rainfall, and option D, they form early in the monsoon, and option E, they contain early clay minerals. The correct answer here is option C, they allow early sowing under the light rainfall also. Even under the light rainfall also, they support the early cultivation. Next question. Which parent material is most commonly associated with the red soil formation? Which parent material is most commonly associated with the red soil formation? The correct answer here is granite and gneiss. Red soils mainly develop from the ancient crystalline and metamorphic rocks like granite and gneiss. Next question. Which of the following crops is best suited to red soils under proper management? The options are tea, coconut crop, groundnut, jute, sugarcane. The correct answer here is groundnut. So before understanding this concept, let us understand the characteristic features of red soils. See, the red soils have light texture and they have porous in nature, and they are low in nitrogen, phosphorus and organic matter, and rich in iron, which gives a red color to the soil. And because of this excellent drainage capacity, red soils are highly suitable for crops that do not tolerate the waterlogging. For example, crops like groundnut, millets, and pulses do not tolerate waterlogging. As a result, red soils are the best suitable for crops such as groundnut, millets, pulses, and oilseeds. Next question. The pH of red soils generally ranges between, the options are between 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6.5 to 7.5, 8.5 to 9.5, and more than 9.5. The correct answer here is 6.5 to 7.5. The pH of red soil generally ranges between 6.5 to 7.5. Next question. Compared to the black soils, red soils have. See, here is an interesting question. Compared to the black soils, red soils have. Obviously, black soils have higher water holding capacity, whereas red soils have light texture and also porous and well drained features. So the correct answer here is lower water holding capacity. The black soils have higher water holding capacity, whereas red soils have lower water holding capacity. Red soils are predominantly found in which region of India? The options are Indo-Gangetic, alluvial plains, and option B, peninsular plateau region, western coastal plains, and option D, trans-Himalayan region, and option E, Thar desert region. The correct answer here is peninsular plateau region. The states such as Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka have predominantly red soils, and most importantly, Tamil Nadu is dominated by red soils. Next question: which of the following statements best explain why red soils are called hungry soils? Why red soils are called hungry soils? The correct answer here is due to poor nutrient reserve. But why the red soils are called hungry soils? Because the red soils are called hungry soils because they are deficit in nitrogen and they are also deficit in phosphorus, and they have poor content of organic matter, and also they are low in humus content. Although they contain iron, which gives red color, they lack essential plant nutrients required for sustained plant growth. Because of this low natural fertility, the red soils require regular application of fertilizers, organic manures, and proper nutrient management is required. So that's why they are hungry for nutrients. So that's why they are called as hungry soils. And red soils are often nicknamed as hungry soils because they are significantly deficit in key nutrients and organic matter, making them hungry for fertilizers and manure to be productive. Next question. Red soils are generally shallow in profile primarily because they are river deposited, they form in arid regions, they develop over hard crystalline rocks, they are highly calcareous, and option E, they are saline. The correct answer here is they develop over hard crystalline rocks. That's why they have shallow profile in nature. And due to the hard parent material, the profile is very shallow in red soils when compared to other soil profiles. Next question. In high rainfall areas, the red soils may gradually transform into the options are black soils, red soils, laterite soils, alluvial soils, and EPT soils. The correct answer here is under the heavy rainfall, the red soils may transform into laterite soils. Next question. Which mineral predominates in red soils contributing to the low cation exchange capacity? Which mineral predominates in red soils contributing to its low cation exchange capacity? The options are montmorillonite, kaolinite, vermiculite, illite, chlorite, and the correct answer here is kaolinite. Next question. Under lift irrigation, red soils are often referred as option A, regur lands, option B, garden lands, option C, late lands, option D, kadar lands, and option E, tarai lands. And option B, garden lands is the correct answer. Under the lift irrigation, the red soils are often called as garden lands, and in many parts of southern India, such as Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, the red soils are traditionally classified into different categories based on the irrigation status. For example, in lift irrigation, they are referred as garden lands, and in local terms, it is called as Totakal in local dialects. Next question. Which soil orders are mainly associated with the laterite and lateritic soils? The options are entisols and aridisols, and option B, alphisols and vertisols, option C, ultisols and oxysols, and option D, inceptisols and mollisols, and option E, histosols and spodosols. The correct answer here is ultisols and oxysols. The laterite soils are highly weathered tropical soils with low base saturation. They correspond mainly to ultisols and oxysols, which show advanced weathering and dominance of cavolitic clays and oxides. Next question. The reddish to pink color of laterite soils is mainly due to the reddish to pink color of laterite soils is mainly due to the options are high organic content due to accumulation of manganese nodules, option C, hydrated oxides of iron, option D, calcium carbonate concretions, option E, gypsum deposition. The correct answer here is due to presence of hydrated oxides of iron. Next question. Which cropping system is most suitable under lateritic soil condition with the proper management? The options are wheat mustard rotation, option B cotton monoculture, plantation cropping system, option D barley cultivation, and option E gram cultivation. Which cropping system is most suitable under lateritic soil condition with the proper management? The correct answer is plantation cropping system. So laterite soils are suitable for crops such as tea, coffee, rubber, cotton and cashew, and in rice in lowlands, especially with the proper fertilization and liming. Next question. Laterite soils are often associated with the shifting cultivation in which parts of India? The options are Punjab, Rajasthan, Northeast India, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh. The correct answer here is Northeast India. The laterite soils are often associated with shifting cultivation in Northeast India, and it has different names like such as Jum cultivation, Bodo cultivation, etc. Next question. In terms of clay mineralogy, lateritic soils are predominantly dominated by which clay mineral? In terms of clay mineralogy, the laterite soils are predominantly dominated by which clay mineral? The options are montmorillonite, illite, cavernite, smectite, vermiculite. The correct answer here is cavernite. The lateritic soils are predominantly dominated by cavernite clay mineral. Next question. Which of the following is the most characteristic feature of desert soils in India? The options are A. High organic matter, option B. Water holding capacity, high water holding capacity, accumulation of soluble salts, option D. High string swell capacity, option E. High humus content. What is the characteristic feature of desert soils in India? The correct answer here is accumulation of soluble salts. And due to the high temperature and low humidity, there is a characteristic feature of desert soil, that is accumulation of soluble salts. Next question. Which process is dominant in desert soil formation? Which process is dominant in desert soil formation? The options are A. Laterization, B. Calcification, C. Podgilization, D. Glaciation, options E. Salinization. The correct answer here is calcification. In arid region, the calcification is nothing but accumulation of calcium carbonate in the subsurface layers is a dominant soil forming process in desert soil formation. That's why we can see lot of lime deposits in sandy soils. Next question. Which of the following soils are referred as immature soil? The options are laterite soil, alluvial soil, option C, desert soil, option D, red soil, option E, black soil. The correct answer here is which of the following is the immature soil? The correct answer here is alluvial soil. See, this is the soil profile of an typical alluvial soil. It has very weakly developed soil profile. That's why they are called as immature soil, immature soils. Next question. Which of the following soil types is characterized by intense leaching under conditions of high rainfall and temperature, resulting in the pronounced desilication and accumulation of sesquioxide? The correct answer here is laterite soils. See, whenever you see the terms high rainfall and temperature, and these conditions usually favor the formation of laterite soils. So here the correct answer is laterite soils. And desilication is a process, is nothing but removal of silica from the soil profile due to prolonged leaching. And it is the desilication is a hallmark of the laterization process, and also accumulation of sesquioxide is also called as laterization. Next question. Tarai soils of the Himalayan foothill region are typically characterized by high fertility, primarily due to their enrichment in which of the following components? The question is, Tarai soils of Himalayan foothill region are typically characterized by high fertility, primarily due to the enrichment in which of the following components? The correct answer is due to the enrichment of nitrogen and organic matter. The Tarai soils are usually rich in nitrogen and organic matter because they have high humus content, and also they have good moisture retention, and also due to the presence of organic residues, usually they contain more nitrogen and organic matter. Next question. Which of the following soil types in India exhibits the highest swelling and shrinkage behavior due to the dominance of expansive clay minerals? The options are A. Alluvial soil, B. Red soils, C. Laterite soils, D. Black soils, E. Desert soil. The correct answer here is black soils. And black soils due to the presence of montmorillonite clay mineral, which is a very expanding clay mineral which absorbs large quantities of water and also swells during wet condition and also shrinks during dry periods. This phenomenon is called as swelling and shrinking phenomenon, and also it is also called as self-ploughing nature of the black soils. Next question. The coarse textured alluvial deposit along the Himalayan foothills is called as. The options are Tarai, Kadar, Bangar, Babar, Regur. The correct answer is the coarse textured alluvial deposit along the Himalayan foothills is called as Babar. And the Babar consists of core pebbles deposited by the rivers emerging from the mountains. Next question. Rice cultivation is best suited to which of the following soil types due to its high water retention capacity and ability to support puddled condition? And options are A. Laterite soil, B. Desert soil, C. Black soil, D. Alluvial soil, and option E. Mountain soil. The correct answer here is alluvial soil. The alluvial soils are best suited for rice cultivation due to its high water retention capacity and they have the ability to support the puddled conditions as well. Next question. Which of the following soil types in India is characterized by the highest base saturation due to abundance of calcium and magnesium carbonates? The options are A. Laterite soil, B. Red soils, C. Black soils, D. Desert soils, E. Mountain soils. The correct answer here is black soils. And black soils have highest base saturation due to their abundance of calcium and magnesium. And here is the last question. And if you find this session useful, and please do like, share and subscribe, and this is gonna definitely motivate me to do some exam oriented content. And here is the 45th question. The process of laterization under the conditions of high rainfall and temperature primarily results in the removal of which of the following soil constituents from the soil profile? The options are iron oxides, option B aluminum oxides, option C silica, and option D calcium carbonate, and option E organic carbon. And due to the conditions such as high rainfall and temperature, the silica will be removed from the soil profile. The correct answer here is option C silica. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe, and thank you so much.